Good morning, students. I hope you are doing best at your home. Let's start the next chapter of chemistry, soil, which is chapter number 9 of your NCERT book also. Soil. Soil is a very important natural resource and a gift from Mother Earth. Soil is a natural occurring substance that is valuable in sustaining life on the earth. It forms the upper surface of the earth where life thrives and is the base of all the agriculture. Or in other way, we can say that soil forms a very thin layer on the surface of earth and it is capable of supporting life on the earth. It comprises of minerals, gravels, microbes, insects, decaying organic matter, nutrients, water and air. There are different types of soil based on the geological composition, climate, rainfall the area receives and is regularly removed and formed by the activities which can be natural or human activities also. Let's discuss all these things in details. The first thing which comes in our mind is how soil is formed. Soil cannot be formed within a day, a week, a month, or a year. It takes thousands of years. It means soil formation is a very slow process. It takes thousands of years, and this process is called as weathering. The process of formation of soil by breaking down or dissolving of rocks and minerals on Earth's surface is called as weathering. The mixture of these rock particles along with the humus makes the soil. Water, ice, acids, salts, plants, animals and changes in the temperature are the agents of weathering. The nature of any soil depends on the rock from which it has been formed and the type of vegetation that grows in it. Components of soil. The different constituents of soil that make up the soil are rock particles, minerals, gravel, microbes, insects, decaying organic matter, humus, nutrients, water and air. To understand it more, let's perform an activity. Take a little sample of soil in a glass, fill some water in it, stir it well and let it stand undisturbed for some time. You can see layers of particles of different sizes in the glass tumbler. As it is shown in the figure, you will find out at the top humus will float on the water. Second layer will be the clean water. Next to it there will be a layer of clay. Then sand particles can be seen. At the last, at the bottom of the glass, we can see the small pebbles, gravels. This activity shows that the given sample of the soil contains particles of different sizes like sand, clay or gravels. Just now I have said rock particles along with the humus forms the soil. What is humus? Humus is the organic component of the soil which is formed by the decomposition of plant materials and animal remains in the soil. How humus is formed? The bacteria, fungi and protozoa cause decay of the plants and animals remain which get mixed in the soil. Humus is the rotting dead matter in the soil. Soil profile. The vertical section through various layers of soil is called as soil profile. Or in other way we can say that our soil is consists of different layers which is collectively called as soil profile. Each layer is different from others because of its texture, color, depth, chemical composition. And each layer in a soil profile is defined as horizon. A typical soil profile shows four distinct layers. As it is shown in the figure, it is A horizon, B horizon, C horizon, and at the last bedrock. Some scientists believe that at the top above the A horizon where the vegetation can be grown is the O horizon of the soil profile. First of all, let's discuss A horizon or topsoil. The topmost layer of the soil is called as A horizon. It is dark in color. It is generally soft, porous, and can retain more water. This provides shelter for many living organisms like worms, rodents, moles, and beetles. The roots of small plants are embedded in it. It is rich in humus and contains some minerals like phosphorus, potassium, calcium, etc. Next is B horizon. B horizon is also called as subsoil. It is the middle next layer of the soil profile. It is just below the topsoil and also called as subsoil. It is lighter in color as compared to the topsoil. As we have discussed, topsoil is dark in color, so the subsoil is lighter in color. It is slightly harder, compact than topsoil. It cannot hold much water and air. It means we can say that B horizon is little bit sticky as compared to A horizon. It contains less amount of humus but more minerals. It provides minerals to the plants with the deep roots, means the plants which grow deeper inside the soil. Next is C horizon. It is the third layer of our soil profile. It is made up of small lumps of rocks with cracks and crevices. It does not contain humus at all and it is not fertile. It is hard and difficult to dig beyond this layer with spade. Next one is bedrock. Below sea horizon, there is the bedrock. It is consists of unweathered, non-porous parent rock. This layer provides base of other layers of soil. The soil forming materials are derived from weathering of this layer. It means weathering start from the bedrock layer of the soil. It is the parent material from which upper soil layers developed. Types of soil. From the picture you can see some different types of soil. Weathering of rocks produces small particles of various materials, and these include sand and clay. The relative amount of sand and clay depends on the rock from which the particular particles were formed, that is the parent rock. Living organisms such as microbes, earthworms, and plants' roots are also important parts of soil. The soil is classified on the basis of the proportion of these particles of various sizes, and we will discuss mainly three types of soil. Number 1, sandy soil. Number 2, clayey soil. Number 3, loamy soil in detail. Let's discuss sandy soil. Maybe you have seen this type of soil near the construction working areas. It contains large sized sand particles which are coarse to touch, which are rough to touch. There are large empty spaces in between the particles, so it cannot hold much water. The water will drain very quickly from the sandy soil. It does not contain humus, so it is not suitable, it is not good for the growth of many plants. Percolation rate is very high. The water will seep inside the soil very easily. It is light, well aerated and dry. so it can plow easily. It is used in construction along with other cementing materials. Second type of soil is clay soil. Clay soil contains much smaller clay particles which are packed very tightly. They are smooth and sticky. There is little empty spaces in between the particles, so it can hold much water as compared to sandy soil. It is wet and sticky, so it is very difficult to plow this type of soil. It is poor in humus but suitable for growth of some plants like wheat and paddy. Percolation rate is very low. Water cannot drain, water cannot seep quickly inside this type of soil. It is used for making pottery idols and bricks. Next is loamy soil. It is the mixture of sand, clay, silt and humus. Particles are gritty and smooth. It is well aerated and has right water holding capacity. It can plow easily and most fertile soil among all the types of soil. Percolation rate is appropriate, which means water does not seep inside the soil very quickly or very slowly. It is good for farming and gardening and best for the growth of all the plants. Thank you, children. We will continue this chapter next time. Till that, you have to revise the chapter, you have to read the chapter and keep interest in this.